What's up, player? We can play games on here? Okay. Evie! Hey, you gorgeous, beautiful thing, you. How are you doing, baby doll? Thank you for being on here and supporting me. When you watch me, it helps me get my watch hours. Liz! Everybody's back over here. Yay! Oh my gosh, I love being over here because it's the best place to be. I really enjoy it. I still love TikTok, don't get me wrong. I just feel like YouTube is, I love it here. And I'm working really hard to get monetized. And you can literally say whatever you want and just like chill. Dude, I love it over here. It's a whole vibe. So I'm trying really hard to do that. And I've been making like long form content. Like lots of really cool stuff. Is Britta on here? Britta, did you come and join? How did I lose a like? That was weird. I went up to like 2 and then it went down to 0. Do you ever like take a drink and then you like swallow like an air bubble? And then it just goes, and it goes down? It's so rough. Hi, friends. My name is Erin. I just saw you had manifestation videos. I'm going to have to do some of them. Yes, I love it. I love doing manifestation. I've honestly changed my entire life with manifestation. Like, literally. And it's changing every day. Like, I've almost doubled my income since March. I was doing the calculations today, and I've almost doubled my income. And steadily. Since March. I was doing calculations on everything before March, like 6 months before March. And then I started manifesting in April. And I've literally doubled my income. And I had even a bigger month the last couple months. Like, it's insane, dude. I'm like, how is this happening? With the only effort I've been making is just making videos and like learning how to manifest and shift my reality. But I've literally doubled my income. So manifestation works, and you guys definitely need to do it. It's really super awesome and powerful and discussive. I have been this week since stuff is going on, and legit thought of you every time I was even thinking about it. I love y'all. I love you. You can always reach out to me. Hi everybody. Everybody in here. We're just talking about like manifestation and all that cool stuff. And it's the Lionsgate portal tonight. So now is the night to like manifest if you're thinking of it. Hi Britta. Hi Sugar, welcome everybody. Make sure you subscribe. If you're new here, make sure to like the live. It helps me so much. Thank you for being here and watching with me. What were we talking about? Your earrings are beautiful. Thank you, Rachel. Girl, I just got them. Aren't they so fun? I went and typed to look for, hi Evie. Oh, you were just talking to B. I went and typed in like orange ones because I was like really trying to find like an orange earring, and these ones really just like they come up. I'm like, oh, I have to have them. I got them on Vinted. Have you ever heard of Vinted before? It's like it's kind of like Depop or Mercari or like one of those places, but you don't have to pay for shipping. So I got these for like $3. It's insane. You should definitely go check them out because they legit are the bomb. And like gosh, I get all my kids like school clothes and stuff like that on there. Like I got like Nike shoes, all this like really cool stuff. So, but yeah, anyways, if you're new here, my name is Erin. I'm a manifestation coach and psychic development teacher, and I also talk about psychic readings and all that fun stuff. I have done some manifesting through the day since I knew it was the height of the Lionsgate portal. Exactly, I love that. Okay, so let's talk about it. The Lionsgate portal, Lionsgate has been open since July, like I think it was like the 19th or the 29th. I don't remember the exact date. Don't come for me. But when the Lionsgate portal is open, it brings abundance, right? But today is the height of that. So if there's like 3 or 4 days throughout the year that you want to manifest, and today is like the most big one out of all of them. Like this and Samhain, which is Halloween, is when you want to like manifest and stuff like that because the veil's thinner. But like if you're trying to manifest or bring something for you and you're taking on that like spirituality aspect of it, the little like witchy element of it in a sense, not even that, you don't have to be witchy in order to think about that kind of a thing, but today is the day to manifest. Now, manifesting is creating your reality. Like, so what you can do today to manifest is just like sit down, take a pen and a piece of paper and write down the things that you're wanting to look forward within your life. And just the fact of just like putting pen to paper is the step of manifestation. Now, the reason I don't recommend to do it on your phone is because it's still kind of in like the digital land, but if you put pen to paper, it really does something even psychologically. There was this guy that did this interview and talked about how 60% more people reach their manifestation and hit their goals when they write it down on a piece of paper. So it's like so much more important when you write your goals and your stuff down on a piece of paper. A lot of people do that too. If you're looking for somebody in particular, I know not you, Dave, not you, Liz, because you have David, but if you're looking for like somebody in the romance field, a romance department, like you want to be able to manifest like a love or a partnership or even make your relationship better, then you want to put pen to paper on exactly what you're looking for. Okay, you can be like, I want this type of person or this type of person. I want them to wear this and wear this kind of jewelry and like me and do this for me and all of that. And the more specific you are, the more better it is. I tell a lot of my clients to go, and when they're trying to manifest like a partner, that they can write down what they look like, be extremely specific, how you're going to meet them, what kind of music they listen to, how they'll treat you, how they're not going to be, and put very detailed instructions and orders in there. Then fold it up. You can either stick it in your wallet or sleep with it in your pillowcase, right? And just keep it there, and every time you change your pillowcase, put it back in there, right? But what you'll notice is when this person comes along, you're going to open up your manifestation paper and you're like, holy shit, this person literally matches all of my manifestations in here. Like, this is crazy. Like, what? You literally can create this crazy, amazing life for yourself. You can manifest a thing. But today is the Manifestation Lionsgate portal. So it's all about abundance. Hi, Gammon. How are you doing, honey? So you want to, pen to paper is the best way to do it, in my opinion. I think there's other ways too. There's this thing called Stay to Ken to Sleep, and it's with Neville Goddard, and who a lot of people consider like the pioneer of manifestation. Personally, I believe Napoleon Hill is, but I don't even think he talks about manifestation. It's more of like different things. But that being said, it's called the state akin to sleep. So what happens is when you're right when you're about to fall asleep, that your brain is in this like brainwave state. I think it's like delta or something like that. Your brain wave is in a more malleable state, right? And when it's like that, you can create with your subconscious, because 5% of your brain, 5% of your conscious is what controls like your life right now. It's like I know that I'm consciously moving my hand and stuff like that. Like I can say I'm gonna move it up and down, but subconsciously, 95% of my brain is what's doing the rest of the work. Blinking, making your heart beat, just like talking, even in a sense, like I don't have to consciously think about, I have to move my lips like this. Like that's your subconscious brain, right? Well, there's this thing called the reticular activating system. It's basically your brain's filter, because right now there's like 11 million things going on around you at once, right? And your reticular activating system basically says, hey, pay attention to this and this and this. In order to manifest your dream life, you have to your subconscious has to believe it, right? So if you don't believe in your soul or your subconscious that you're like worthy of having $1 million or finding the love of your life, and then you're not going to. So it's all about finding out why I don't feel worthy or why I'm not already there yet. And a lot of times those are stuff that's going on within like your childhood. You kind of ask, do the why method is something that I created, where you can say, you can ask yourself, why was I here, and why did that make me feel that way, and why did this make me feel this way? And then you go ahead and you go to the core of what it is and figure out, okay, this is why I feel this way. And then you tell yourself, is this true or not true? And it's like, well, 9 times out of 10 it's not true. And it's like, okay, well, I only feel like this because I dealt with this within my childhood. And it's like, well, I know that that's not true now. And every time you go through that place and you get to that place of like feeling like you're not worthy or anything like that, you remind yourself. And by doing that, it trains your reticular activating system, it trains your subconscious, so that you can eventually change things within yourself and be able to know that you're worthy. The more and more that you step into an identity, which means that like fake it till you make it, there's like a science behind that, like neuroscience wise. Like when you think about neuroscience and your brain and how it works and functions, you create these patterns and these systems that train your subconscious brain, and then boom, you're over here creating this crazy reality for yourself, because we are these crazy creators, dude. We are literally gods on earth, and we create everything we want to. You can have whatever life you want to. You can manifest instantly. You can, and I know people are like, oh, it sounds like magic. Sometimes it can be. A lot of people think you call it faith, but it's within every single religion and faith that I've ever found in my entire life. Every single occult practice, anything like the esoteric knowledge, you can go look into the science of things. Even in science, they're talking about manifestation in specific ways. You know, it's coded differently. It's said, explained different way. Manifestation, neuroscience, you know what I mean? Prayer, manifestation, you know, spell work, manifestation, all of that within all religions are talking about like trust and believe, and that'll come. Energy goes where awareness flows. Like, that's all manifestation. So if you learn the basis of manifestation, you can literally have whatever you want and change your life. I started really hardcore. I've manifested vacations I haven't paid for, several of them, by the way. I have doubled my income. Am a I have 6 children, and I run my own business, and I have doubled my income since I started really locking in on this. Um, I've changed my complete life, and I'm still in the throes of like still working through changing a lot of different things and stuff that I dealt with within my childhood. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be completely transparent, but I've changed my life, and you can change your life too. And I think people don't realize how much it is, because a lot of the time, you know, we're going through Groundhog's Day. We wake up, we go to work, you know, we wake up, brush our teeth, take a shower, go to work, eat lunch, you know, come home, eat dinner, take a shower, go to sleep, right? Or watch a TV show and go to sleep. You're going through the same thing over and over, and a couple things change in between them, but other than that, you're doing the same thing over and over again. You're like in a habit, right? You have to break the pattern. You have to be like, okay, well, what is the person that deserves this manifestation? What is that? Like, what do they believe in? Like, what do they have? Like, so say like, I want to be a successful businesswoman, or I want to be a professional athlete. It's like, well, what does a professional athlete do? Like, do they wake up in the morning? Do they train? You know, or do they sleep in and have Twinkies for lunch? It's like, no. Like, and it's okay. If you can have a Twinkie and it makes you feel good, go for it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if you want to attain something, you have to say, okay, what kind of identity do I have to embody in order to reach this? Yay, Evie, I love that. So, like, what kind of embodied do I have to like, for me, I want to be a successful businesswoman. But how do I become a successful businesswoman? How do I make my crystal shop do better? How do I get more readings? It's like, you have to show up for yourself consistently. And like, to me, I have like, I can't sell crystals if I don't put the listings online. That's what I was doing with. I was like, why am I not making any sales? It's like, girl, you haven't put any listings on for like a year. And that's what I kind of came to the conclusion of in March. I'm like, okay, well, every day I'm going to take an effort and make one action step a day. And I'm going to put listings online, and then it'll happen for me. And boom, it's been what, a couple months of completely doubled my income. And that's a lot of money. You know, that's a big difference within myself and within my life. I'm changing my life one step at a time. And the same thing knows that you can have it. You can see somebody else doing it from the outside looking in. And I was always like, there's no way that that can happen to me. I'm not really sure if 100% this is like real, or if it's going to happen for me. And I'm like, it would happen. And I'd be like, oh, is this a synchronicity? Is this what's happening? You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. But it really does change everything. Everything does change for you in your life. You can literally create any kind of life for yourself that you want. And, you can still do it within your religion or whatever you believe in and everything like that, because it's in elements of all of that, right? So you can say, hey, I want to create my reality. I want to do this. I want to be able to be successful. I want to weigh, you know, this many pounds. You know, I want to feel good within my skin and stuff like that. For a long time, I was like, I want to be successful, but I felt like my house was out of control. Like, there's certain areas of my house that I needed to clean, right? Or things that I needed to fix. And I'm like, does this successful person, you know, are they okay with a broken doorknob? You know what I mean? So I went, I fixed my doorknob. You know what I mean? Like, you have to ask yourself these questions and be like, wait, what does a successful person have, and what do they embody, and how do they respond? You have to live like you already have it. Live in the end game energy. So let's say when I go to the store, something specific, like, some people, they don't like to tip. You know what I mean? They don't like to tip. I think a lot of the reason why they feel like they don't like to tip is just because, and this is a hot take, it's just because, you know, financially it's difficult, and I feel like they don't think that it should be like a process. I was a server. I think tipping is very mandatory and important, but some people don't believe that way. But let's say that you're in that place. It's like, if you were a millionaire and successful, would tipping really bother you? You know, would you really be like against giving that person an extra dollar or two? No, because you'd be secure and it would be okay, right? And that's how I believe. So I'd be like, okay, well, I'm going to tip the way that I would tip if I was, you know, a millionaire. You know what I mean? Um, and you go ahead and follow through. It's like small actions like that. It's like, you know, would I give the person money on the side of the street? You know, I don't care how broke I am. I'm always going to help somebody on the side of the street. Don't matter who they are or what they are, even if they would go use it for drugs or something. I'm always going to help somebody. But that being said, you got to think from the end game, right? You have to think about, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to create my reality. This is what I'm going to embody. And then you embody it. You know what I mean? Does a successful person, you know, wake up and just like lounge on their couch. You know what I mean? No, they do action steps a day. They regulate your nervous system. A lot of times too is you cannot manifest from a dysregulated nervous system. Okay, you can't manifest from just wishing and wanting it to happen. If your nervous system is not on point, you can't manifest, and it's because your brain manifests when it's out of the fight or flight state, right? When you're in the fight or flight state, you're just trying to find and look for stability. And when you're finding and trying to look for stability subconsciously in the fight or flight, you can't sit here and create your reality that you want, because your subconscious is saying, hey, I'm in danger, I'm in danger. And a lot of that shows up within anxiety, right? So you have to learn how to regulate your nervous system. And when you learn how to regulate your nervous system, your cortisol levels, everything else improves, and boom, you're creating your reality. But if you're always in a panic mode, and a lot of the times that sucks, because a lot of people, they go through it. I have anxiety. I have anxiety really bad. I still have panic attacks. Like, it's terrible. But you have to try to learn how to regulate your nervous system in order to be able to manifest, because you can't manifest from a place of fear and instability. And when you're having anxiety, even if you can't control it, your brain and your subconscious, like I was talking about, helps you manifest, your subconscious brain is what is in control of that. So if you're in an anxiety ridden place, you're not going to be able to make a lot of progress for yourself. You know what I mean? You have to regulate your nervous system. And the best way to do that is by learning and working through the reasons what you're being triggered about, working and doing a lot of healing. And that's why, not only, even if you never had anything come from manifestation, which won't be the case, because if you're learning how to manifest, you're learning how to heal yourself. But when you heal yourself, you're changing things within your life. And even if you don't, that's what I always told myself in the beginning. I'm like, even if this isn't true or manifestation isn't working, I'm still going to try this, because I feel like I will be able to heal myself in this process. And that's what I learned. You're healing yourself either way. So why not try and work on your mind and your body and your spirit, you know? Why not? Why not try to want more things and have desire and pay attention to the wins? A lot of times too, like, you're manifesting, you don't realize you're manifesting because you're not counting all of the wins that you have. You have to count your wins, okay? You have got to count that. I love that with the calm mind and heart and all of that with what's going on. I feel like that's what I have tried to manifest will actually happen. Exactly. That's exactly why. You just have to manifest from a calm place. When you get to the place where you're feeling panicked about the situation, you're telling your subconscious, hey, I feel panic. This is what I feel about it. And then everything that you want to manifest within the situation will come true, because you're staying in a panic place, or like a crazy I don't know what the word is. My bad. But you're in a funky place and you can't calm your nervous system, right? So we have to work through not feeling like that. And a lot of times people are coming from a place of like a lot of mental health issues and stress and like ridden with trauma and stuff like that. And baby, I resonate with that. And I get it. And I know what you've gone through, and I get it. And I may not go through everything that everybody's gone through, but at the end of the day, the best thing about manifestation is it sits you down, and it allows you to be real with yourself, and it allows you to take real personal true inventory where you're honest with yourself. That's why shadow work works so well with people. It's because in a way, it's getting to the nitty gritty of your stress and your trauma, and it's allowing you to work through it, because you cannot change something that you're not aware of. So when you're aware of, you can change it, right? And when you change it and work through it, and a lot of people are like, I don't know how to change it. I want to manifest and I want to heal, but I don't know how to do it. Okay. And that's where I was for a long time. I'm sitting over here clicking through videos. I'm like, well, I want to manifest. I want to heal. I know what it is that I need to fix. Like, but how do I do it? Right. And I'm going to give you some tips. This is how to do it, because a lot of people weren't telling you this, and this is the tea. Okay. If you want to, you have to figure out the why, which I told you about, the why method. You have to find out, hey, why am I at this place? Like, why am I sitting here unable to manifest this? It's like, because I don't feel worthy. Well, why don't I feel worthy? It's like, well, because of this, or because sixth grade, this girl came across me, smacked me in my face on my 13th birthday, or something like that, you know, which did happen to me. That was crazy, Haley. Anyways, it's like, well, I felt unworthy because of this specific situation. And you're like, well, does that still resonate today? Does that still account for today? And it's like, no. And it's like, okay, well, then I am worthy. Like, and then you look at your track record. You're like, do things work out for me? Have things always worked out for me, even though I feel like I've gone through a lot of stress? Have I always managed to find a way for groceries? Have I always managed to find a way to pay my bill? Or to keep the AC on? It's like, sometimes no, but 9 times out of 10, yeah. So it's like, you know, and think about like the worst outcome and know that, hey, it's still going to work out for yourself. So you have to try and just know that it will work out for you. And you have to think from the end game. You have to have trust and faith that it's going to happen for you. That's why a lot of times people use prayer, which I love, because I believe in God. I believe that God is I say universe, but universe and God are the same thing to me. So God, you can pray to God and have faith that God will bring something to you, and he will. You know what I mean? Or it will. You know, I think God is a woman. Anyways, But you have to have faith within that, and faith that it's going to happen. That's why people who pray, like, and manifestation within the aspect of like prayer, that's why people who pray, like, their manifestations are answered for them because they trust that God's going to bring that to them. You know what I mean? And guess what? He delivers. You know, I mean, you've seen those videos. You guys ever go online and see those ladies? There's this lady, she was in the baby aisle with her son, and she was sitting over there, and one of these guys, one of these content creators, come up to her, and he just gave her like, he's like, oh, we're doing this thing, this special today, and here you go, here's $500. And she just burst out crying. She was in huge tears. She was super just emotional. She goes, I was literally praying about this, and this happened to me. And it's like, you know, that's manifestation right there. That's it happening. That's having a drive, having the one, oh, everybody was writing. I'm so sorry, I didn't even see, guys. It doesn't sometimes scroll down. I have to see. So hi, Mahadi, how are you doing? It's something, it's like something or someone interfering and has kept me calm. It feels like it's not calm because it's going to be bad and stay bad. It's like telling me to be, the good is coming and it will be good. Absolutely. But you know what I think that is, Liz? I think that's your ancestors too. I think a lot of the times our ancestors come and they calm us down and they bring us peace. I think they do. I think they bring us peace to help us feel better and feel good. Yeah, if that makes sense. I think they bring us peace. I think our ancestors sit and they sit with us when in our hard times, and they help us calm down. That's why, like, a lot of the times, like, people, they've lost somebody really close or connected to them, and they struggle with saying, like, well, I always felt like this calm peace, and I don't know where it's coming from. And I think a lot of that is like the family members and stuff like that. So it's something similar to that. But yeah, I feel like maybe that's your ancestors on your side bringing that peace, but you're remaining manifest, like, in a place where you can manifest good things and keep good things from you and are coming to you. And I think things really shift for us. I think really change for us when we decide that we're worthy of more and that our life is worth more. Like, I used to be a completely different person. Like, I used to be a very, I mean, I was always trying to be a positive, bubbly, happy person. But in a lot of sense, like, I had a lot of negative times, negative thoughts, and I responded to things negatively a lot of times. And I really moved past that. You know, I really evolved as a person. I think a lot of that has to do with just like learning about myself. And I think a lot of shadow work does that. And I think that learning about yourself is the best thing that you can do if you want to create a wonderful life for yourself. Because even if you don't want to manifest or know anything about that, like, manifestation is rooted in science. Like, if you've ever heard of neuroscience, there's this girl on here, her name is N on the Brain. I can vouch for that. You're still you, but also different from when I met you. Yeah, see, I'm a completely different person. Like, thank you for saying that. But I was like really, I thought that I knew everything. I thought that I knew everything and that I had all the answers to everything. And I thought that because I was spiritual, that I had that one up on people. And let me tell you, after my ego death, it never happened the same. Like, I was never the same again. And I realized I don't know anything. And I think that humbled me, what my experience that I had. And now I'm completely different and life has changed for me, you know? And I think that's the best thing that could have happened to me. Yes, I was a lot different back in the day, and now I've completely changed myself because I want to heal, and I want to love, and I want to be in a good place, and really start working on, like, all of that elements and aspects and stuff like that. Life is really good. I love you all. I'm glad that we got to talk. Ooh, 2333, that's a sign. Today I was talking about the Lionsgate portal, and I made like a TikTok video, right? This is a cool story. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And I was like, oh, you know, it's really cool. It's like synchronicities, like when you're on the right path. So I drive out of the parking lot where I was like going, and I saw this sign that said gate event, which was funny. It's like you're deeper and more inside yourself. And all of you comes from within instead of like it's a service person. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, yes. Like, I completely understand like where you're coming to. Gate 1. So you know how like Lionsgate is there? I was like, oh, I was thinking about synchronicities, and all of a sudden I looked over and there was like a backpack, and sticking out of the backpack was this thing that said gate event. I wonder if I can put a picture in here. I don't think I can comment a picture, but I swear I heard you say gate and my name. Gate event. Oh, Eve. Yeah, I did. Eve. So, but I like took a picture of it, and I'll have to post it because I was like, that's literally such a synchronicity. But you'll know that you're in like the right place and manifesting from the right spot if you're like kind of like vibing high. It's almost like it feels like a high, almost like you're like, ah, that's how it feels in a sense. Like when you know you're vibing right and you're in a good place manifesting wise, like you like stay up in this like great place and you're getting all of these synchronicities, like crazy synchronicities, like stuff that you sit there and you're like, oh my gosh, this has got to be a simulation. Because there's no way that those crazy simulations happen, like the synchronicities happen. Like every time I say something that is relatively true, I'll see spirit angel numbers, right? Or I'll see like names, or like things, there will be things that repeat, like a sub, you know what I mean? Or I'll see that and I'll think of sub, and then all of a sudden I see subway, and then I'll see subscribers, and then it's like, what is the meaning of that? And like, and you pay attention to those signs that you have from spirit, and it's like, boom, life is created for you and everything's wonderful and stuff like that. But yeah, you can manifest anything that you want to in your entire life. You just have to trust and regulate your nervous system, figure out why you don't feel worthy. A lot of times people too, they find themselves in relationships where, like, if you like meet somebody and you're like wondering why the relationship's not working out and why they're not, it's because some part within yourself feels either unworthy or unbalanced within that. And that's why sometimes you'll see people who are in relationships and then all of a sudden they go through like this period where they find themselves and they realize that that relationship isn't good for them anymore. And really what it is they're just realizing that person isn't mirroring their energy anymore and they've outgrown them, you know. When I have done the guided meditation and manifesting this week, I like physically feel them. Exactly. It feels like a but like up here, if that makes sense. It's like you're vibing high. Like when they say high vibration, like it makes sense because it physically feels high in the air, if that makes sense. Like I feel high vibration from here up. Like I can feel it. That's my life you just described right there. But that's what it is. It's you realize, hey, I outgrew this person. And it's like before I was really accepting of this because I felt like I was worthy of this. But when you change and you feel like you're worthy, when you change and you feel like you're worthy of more, that's when you like branch out and you're like, oh my gosh, I deserve more, I deserve better. And then you step away from the person, and a lot of times it's not a comfortable thing because you're stepping away from a specific energy that's not necessarily ready for you to move away. And you know, it's like growing pains. That's why they call them growing pains, and that could be figuratively and literally, right? Like not everybody is supposed to come into your life and stay forever. Some people are, but not everybody. You know, you're supposed to grow and change, and life is a mirror. If you think about it like that, there is this guy called David Bayer, and he talks about this thing called the mirror principle, and it's so incredible. It's like it talks about how everything in your life right now, in every situation and everything that you have, is a mirror, right, to what you are and who you are. So like subconsciously, your finances, and let's say like your love life and how you feel about yourself, it's a mirror to how you feel within yourself and in your body. And if you decide, hey, you know what, I think I'm going to change this, I think I'm going to shift this for myself, and the second that you decide you deserve more and you start to heal yourself, that's when your whole outside environment changes. And it's a mirror. It's called the mirror principle, and it's a very fascinating thing, and I do believe in it to an extent, for sure. I'm still like a spiritual skeptic, so like I have to like learn through things. But yeah, it's a mirror principle, and I do think that there's a lot of elements in there, which that's really true. I don't know if anybody's ever heard. Uncle, please don't. Oh, Evie, can you fix that, baby girl? Are you still in here? My fingers are tied. I'll go do it in 1 second if you're not in here. Hold on. You just described my life, did you? Thank you, baby. Sorry, I know you're probably busy. I'm not trying to tell you what to do or anything. Thank you, honey. Evie's an amazing moderator, and I love her. I can't wait to go on vacation. I'm ready to manifest some big vacations. I'm trying to pay off all my debt. All of the debt that I've ever had, I'm paying it off. That's what I'm working on right now. It's my manifestation. Then we're going to get a new van. And then I'm going to get monetized on YouTube. And then my crystal business is going to blow up. And then it's going to be new ventures as we go and we move. So what do we have here? I think what's going on now is my final push to move away from the negative energy. It's almost physically doing it. And the other is basically saying move away or lose what you've worked towards. Oh my God, I love that. Oh, I'm glad you said something. I was looking at your stars. Love you. Nice look. Thank you. The trolls are hardcore over here. Yeah, they're really crazy hardcore over here, but it's okay. It just means we're doing something good, right? What did we have here? Have you purchased my get him out of my house? That was funny. You have to purchase the readings beforehand, honey. Just kidding. But I get exactly what you're saying when it feels like you're physically doing it. A lot of the times, that's a test. The universe tests you whether or not you're ready to move to the next level. And this is something that I teach in my my course. That when you get ready to move out of a specific part of your life and change your life for the better, like manifestation wise, you move into the next playing field, and then the universe tests you. And it's almost like they test you and they say, is she ready for this? Or is he ready for this? Are they really ready to move to this next step? Are they really, really on a better path? And you have a chance to go back and take step one and then have to go through the process again, or decide that you're going to move forward. And then sometimes even after that, you still get tests. But that's why they talk about like embodying an identity. When you embody a new identity, you're not the same person you were before, and you change, and you don't ever go back to that person. And that's what manifestation is you're manifesting, you're changing, and then you're moving into the next level. And sometimes when you move the level up, see right here, right? Right? And these are all our homies, right? These are all our homies. They're all with us and they're hanging out, right? And when you go to a better place and you elevate, you're here now. And all your homies are still chilling right here, right? And you're elevating above them. And it's an uncomfortable place to go from here because they're still here. They're not on the same level as you. And that's okay, because sooner or later, new homies come in and you have new friends. And sometimes they're a lot more useful. It is getting hot in here. Is that a pencil? Brown eyes. No, I have heterochromia. So I have one light brown eye and one dark brown eye. See? I don't know why, but normally I kind of tell all my closest people everything that happens and I would tell them so I have support through it. It's okay though. I think I would do that too. Like I talk about, I think it's important to be able to have a support system. You know, you don't want to have to vibrate too high where you can't really rely on other people, but sometimes too it's cool to make moves in silence, you know. It's hot in here today. Blonde hair and red beard. Good for you. With this right now, I haven't. I'm keeping it more to myself and only talking to a few people about it. Sometimes that's better too, because a lot of the times people try to get in your business and they don't necessarily have your best interest at heart, right? So it's like you telling them about your stuff. I think that a lot of the times people respond in ways that they feel within themselves. Why, that's so annoying, dude. Hold on. And that's probably why sometimes it's better to just kind of keep to yourself and chill by yourself and do your own thing, baby. You know what I mean? Manifestation is such a powerful tool, and it can change your life as long as you're ready to lock in. If you're ready to lock in and be the bomb diggity and be like, I know that I'm worthy and worth more, like you are, Liz, like you know that you're ready to change and things are, your DNA couldn't make up its mind, right? You have to be ready to lock in, you know? You have to be serious about it, and you have to be like, I'm going to change. I'm going to change this. I'm going to try to make my life better. I'm going to do this, and life changes for you. Okay, hopefully I clean my glasses. They're like literally, look at this. No matter how much I clean them, they have like this film on them. It's driving me nuts. Hold on. I don't know if that actually works, but that did nothing. That did absolutely, that made it worse. But I need them to see. That song, Regulate, has been stuck on my head. I know. Yeah, I think it's about the energies of the people. One is who I talk to the most at work, and one is my go-to when I need to be calm. The other one, I think, is like spiritually more in tune. Which one do you feel more comfortable to talk to? Both of them or just one? Like, I talk to Evie whenever I need somebody to talk to. Like, she's my homegirl. But I also know and trust that Evie, like, I trust her. That's why it's so important to trust people around you that you talk to. Like, I trust Evie with everything. She's my little butterfly. Oh my gosh, I got you always. I love you. I got you too. Literally, boiled peanuts are so good. If you guys haven't had these, you're sleeping on them. There's 3. I'm most comfortable with the one that feels more spiritual. Isn't that funny? It's probably because the one that feels more spiritual is higher vibration. And no shade on people who aren't spiritual, but a lot of times people who are more spiritual, they're more high vibration because they are aware. You know what I mean? They're aware and they're break free from the matrix, so you can trust them to be like there. You know what I mean? And take it east side on a mission trying to find me some orangey. What time is it, guys? 1:30. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to head off here. I wasn't going to come on tonight, but I'll come back on tomorrow probably, or the next day actually. But I love you guys. I was really loved hanging out. Liz, babe, message me sometime. You can talk to me about anything. You know, we can reconnect, go to Cheesecake Factory, hang out, talk about all this stuff. Thank you everybody for being here. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you everybody for liking. Subscribe. It helps me so much. I really appreciate you all. She's anxious. The one at work's super supportive, but she's anxious. So I worry about stressing her out. And the one who keeps me calm, I've done the longest. And the other one I just naturally gotten close to. I feel it. But think about it that way. The one that you feel less, not that you don't care about them. I feel like you want to keep them like they're supportive, right? Like you're supporting them. You don't want to stress her out. But you can't, like I was saying earlier, you can't manifest from a place of stress. So that's also like when you're vibing high, you know, that's the energy around you. So not that that's bad or anything. That came out wrong. But it's just kind of like aware of like high vibration, low vibration, things like that. Lots of cool stuff. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'm going to head off here. I'm tired. This live will be up. Make sure you subscribe. Please. Please subscribe. Subscribe. I need more subscribers. I love you all. Thank you for being here. Everybody have a blessed day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Or maybe not tomorrow. Maybe the next day. But good night, my friends. Sweet dreams. I'm trying to find me some orangey.